Good night, Sam.
I'm sleepy, but I can't sleep.
To sleep, there's a magic in your pillow.
There is? What is it?
You have to read your pillow.
How can I read a pillow?
You have to open the pillow and read it.
Okay, Mommy. Wow, the story of Cinderella. Once upon a time, a beautiful girl named Cinderella lived in a faraway land with her devoted father, stepmother, and stepsisters. When her father died suddenly, a broken-hearted Cinderella quickly discovered that her stepmother, Lady Tremaine, was very cruel and jealous of Cinderella's beauty. As time went by, Cinderella became a servant in her own home. Despite how her stepfamily treated her, Cinderella remained ever gentle and kind, taking care of her animal friends each day. One day, while Cinderella was tending to her many chores, a palace messenger handed her an invitation to a ball taking place that very evening. The king of the land was planning a ball with hope that the prince would finally find a wife. Lady Tremaine grabbed it and began to read it aloud. By royal command, every eligible maiden is to attend. Her daughters squealed with excitement, and Cinderella exclaimed, "Why, that means I can go too!" Lady Tremaine agreed, but only if she finished her chores and found something suitable to wear. In the attic, Cinderella found a dress of her mother's. It was a bit old-fashioned, but Cinderella could fix it. Before she could start, her stepsisters called, tossing armloads of garments at her to mend. As Cinderella labored, the mice and birds retrieved the stepsisters' discarded sash and beads. With some stitching and folding, they secretly turned Cinderella's simple dress into a fabulous ball gown. The ball was about to begin. Cinderella sighed as she gazed out of the window. She had no time to fix her own dress. Just then, Cinderella saw her new dress. "Surprise!" called the mice and birds. When her stepsisters saw Cinderella in her new dress, they flew into a jealous rage and ripped it apart. Now Cinderella had no hope of going to the ball. She ran broken-hearted into the garden and sobbed. Suddenly, Cinderella's fairy godmother appeared. She insisted Cinderella would go to the ball. She waved her magic wand and said, "Bibbidi bobbidi boo." Magically, a pumpkin and some mice turned into an elegant horse-drawn carriage. Cinderella herself was now wearing a beautiful dress and sparkling glass slippers. The fairy godmother warned her that everything would change back at midnight, and she was off to the ball. Cinderella made it to the ball near the very end. The prince saw her and hurried to her side. She was the most beautiful girl he had ever seen. The two danced and went for a moonlit walk. They fell in love. When Cinderella realized it was nearly midnight, she called out, "Goodbye," and hurried away. The prince tried to stop her, but she ran, losing a glass slipper along the way. The next morning, the Grand Duke began a search of the kingdom for the girl whose foot would fit the glass slipper. When he arrived at Cinderella's house, Lady Tremaine had Cinderella locked away. Lady Tremaine then tricked a footman, causing the slipper to shatter. The Grand Duke believed there was no way he would ever find the prince's love. Just then, Cinderella, freed by her animal friends, removed the other slipper from her pocket. When she put it on, it was a perfect fit. A royal wedding was quickly arranged and Cinderella and the prince were married. Cinderella's dreams had come true and she and her prince lived happily ever after. Mommy, this was truly a magical pillow. Now I feel so sleepy. Good night, my dear Sam.